This simply act of allowing, of being the calm observer is where true power lies. On the warrior path, we don't battle our thoughts. Instead, we let the mind wander wherever it wants, like a stream flowing without resistance. The goal is not to control or suppress it, but to watch, to become the silent observer. Let the thoughts rise and fall, and notice how they attempt to pull you in different directions all the time, how they try to distract you. But don't react, simply observe. This is one of the key disciplines of the spiritual warrior. We don't waste energy in conflict with our own mind. Instead, we step back and let it unfold. No frustration, no anger, no judgment. The warrior knows that reacting only feeds the mind's game. Instead, say to your mind, "It's okay. Do as you will." This simply act of allowing, of being the calm observer is where true power lies. As you practice this, the mind begins to weaken, not through force, but through a lack of attention. The thoughts lose their grip when there is no resistance. Just like a warrior knows the importance of patience in battles, so too does the spiritual warrior understands the importance of non-engagement with the mind. The more you observe without reacting, the more the ego fades into the background, and with it, the illusions it creates. This journey is not about conquering the mind, but about dissolving the part of the ego that thrives with it. The observer, the quiet part of you that watches without judgment, is still connected to the ego. The ego is not a bad thing, but on this path we learn that it's the last piece of it. With time and consistent practice, this part of the ego dissolves as well, leaving behind a deep sense of peace and presence. While negative thoughts about fear, lack, or limitations arise, the warrior knows to catch them early, before they grow stronger. Simply observe them, just as you would watch an enemy's movement before striking. You don't need to fight these thoughts. Instead, observe how they come and go, how they lose power the moment you refuse to react. The key is awareness. Always awareness. Awareness that you are not the thoughts, but the one watching them. This is where the warrior's strength lies, in observing, not reacting. The mind's game loses their strength over time, and the ego, this part of the ego, once all-powerful, begins to weaken. And as the ego fades, the warrior finds themselves resting in a state of clarity and inner peace, free from the constant chatter of the mind. the inner dialogue. We talk to ourselves 400 words per minute constantly. So, to master the warrior path is to understand that thoughts are like passing clouds. They're temporary, they're fleeting, without substance. They only hold power when we give them energy, but by staying the quiet observer, we strip them from their strength. They eventually fade away like old friends who no longer engage with us. In this stillness, the warrior discovers true freedom, not in controlling the mind, but in rising above it. The path to mastery is paved not with conflict, but with patience, observation, and the courage to face the mind without fear. So let this practice become part of your daily routine as a spiritual warrior. Watch your thoughts without getting caught in them. Stay steady in your presence and remember the real battle is not outside, it's within. But through stillness and awareness, you will come to realize that the battle was never yours to fight. It was simply a game of the mind, and now you stand victorious as the quiet observer. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.